When I first heard they were making a Joker 2, everyone around me was like, that's unnecessary. They shouldn't do that. And I was like, well, maybe. You know, I mean, they made a great film here, you know. I mean, they might make a great sequel to that great film. And then if I found out there's going to be a musical, I'm like, oh, okay, well, you know, I mean, that's a little harder, but, you know, I mean, I think if they get it just right, like if they really commit to it, you know, they could have something there. They can have something there. And I kept fucking holding out hope, you know, like, it'll be all right. It'll be all right. And then I read an interview with Todd Phillips, and he was like, well, you know, it's not really a musical per se, you know, it's just kind of a musical, you know. I'm like, oh, shit, it's going to suck. It's going to suck. Because I realized right then and there that the dude had big, sweeping, grandiose ideas about the film, but not the commitment to follow through with them. That he was going to put out something that's fucking timid and cowardly despite its fucking big ideas. And from everything I'm hearing from everybody, that's exactly what the hell we got. Hey, if you like this clip, you might like the full stream, which I do every Sunday, more or less, over on the Pessimist Productions Patreon, link down below. Thank you kindly. The movie is panned by fans, panned by critics. This is not one of these instances where, you know, it's not just the fucking chud crowd that hates this thing. It's not just like Joker, more like woker, am I right? The Joker's woke now. Blah, blah, blah. It's not just those guys saying this thing sucks. It's everybody. Everybody. The mainstream critics, the YouTube critics that don't fall in that everything is woke category of chuddom. Everybody hates this fucking movie. I mean, I've seen a few little naysayers here and there, or I guess yay-sayers in this instance, that have defended it. We had one in the chat just a second ago that was defending it. But those are few and far in between. The vast, vast, vast majority of opinion on this thing seems to be that it's hideous and awful. And that's being reflected, by the way, in its cinema score, which is a D. Do you have any idea how bad your movie needs to be to get a D cinema score? Because, like, these cinema scores, like, people will literally go into some of the worst movies I've ever seen and walk out and be like, I don't know, B. So for the fact that this thing has a fucking D and only opened to $40 million, way, way below what the first one did. And I predict it's going to go nowhere. I mean, it's going to go drastically down as word of mouth gets around, because no one is championing this thing. You know, there will be some contrarian asshole that'll do it here and there. And there will be, you know, probably in 3 or 4 years, some smarmy video essayist will write some video about how it's actually an underrated masterpiece or something. But right now, it's hideous. Damn, if it's that bad, I think I have to see it, lol. Literally everyone I know that has gone to see it has gone to see it for that reason. They've gone to see it because they want to know how awful could it possibly be. And apparently, pretty goddamn awful. Gee, this movie is similar to the second of the newest Halloween trilogy, where everyone hates it because it criticizes them. First of all, I guess that the second of the new Halloween trilogy went over my head because I didn't know it was criticizing me. Now that I know that, though, I hate that fucking piece of... No, I love Halloween Kills. That's awesome. It's just a total bloodbath. What's not to like about a total bloodbath as a horror fan? I hate Halloween Ends. That movie is a miserable sack of shit. That movie felt like it hated me and wanted to insult me. This movie, this movie, from what I've heard of the plot details, which I am going to spoil in a second, this movie does sound like it hates its own audience. And I think that, if a movie hates its audience, I don't think it can get upset when the audience hates it fucking back. If a movie is not for the audience, who the fuck is it for? At the end of the day, people got to sit down and watch this shit, right? People pay good, hard-earned money to go watch this fucking piece of shit, expecting it to even at least try to appeal to fans of fucking Joker. They don't expect some fucking slap in the face, and then when they bitch about it, some smarmy asshole is like, well, you just don't understand. It was trying to criticize you. It's like, okay, well, I'm trying to criticize it back. Fuck it. I mean, this is fucking hideous. This plot details of this fucking thing. I mean, the Joker is fucking more pathetic than he even was in the first movie. Getting raped by guards and prisoners and inmates and shit on the daily. Just fucking, he's a cum rag in the fucking prison system or wherever the fuck he is, the Arkham. So he's just getting booty blasted left and right because no one, he's just, I guess he forgot that he fucking let go of all that and doesn't give a shit anymore and will just murder people. I guess he forgot he did. I guess he forgot that was who he was from the first movie. He just decided, no, now I'm a little timid bitch again. And so, then he falls in love with this Lady Gaga bitch, and they fucking sing a bunch of terrible fucking songs that no one likes. No one's talking about the music from this movie being good. The Joker at no point in the movie kills anybody. He kills some people in fantasy, but he never kills anyone in reality. Then he's going to trial, and they blow up the courthouse, and he escapes. And then he gets stabbed to death by a guy who I guess is supposed to be, according to some, the real Joker. Some have even said it's like the Heath Ledger Joker, even though that makes zero sense canonically, but whatever. Who cares? This movie is not going to be treated as canon by anybody. After the Joker gets stabbed to death by the real Joker, who, if he's the real Joker, why the fuck aren't we watching a movie about him? Why are we watching a movie about this fucking loser? And then, before he gets stabbed to death, Harley Quinn breaks up with him. She's like, I don't like you no more. You're a fucking loser. And he cries and mopes, and then he gets stabbed to death, and then the fucking credits roll the end. Like, what? Why? Why make that? It's like, guys, I have a fucking brilliant idea. Let's punish everyone who enjoyed the first movie. I don't know. I feel like if I made a movie and people enjoyed it, I would want to reward them for enjoying it by giving them more of what they enjoy. Personally, that's what I would like to do. But I guess Todd Phillips is like, nah, fuck that shit. I gotta punish people for liking the first movie. I gotta give them a fucking lecture about how they're fucking bad for liking the Joker the first time around. Because they didn't take away the point from it I wanted them to, So now I gotta really and lay it on thick that the Joker's bad. He's a loser. He sucks. I can't let him do anything cool in this one. He's just got to be a fucking chump and a putz, and then he's got to die sad and alone. And it's like, boo. Someone editorialized it for TJ. Yeah, I mean, I've heard people describe it. I've looked at some stuff here and there, some reviews. So if I got any plot details wrong, sue me. But I think basically the gist of what I told you is correct here. This thing sucks. I don't know, because I'll never watch it. This is one of those ones I resolve to never watch. I have very few movies like that. I refuse to ever watch that Han Solo fucking movie. I'll never see it. I don't care who tells me it's actually not bad. Fuck you, it is. I'm not watching that. I'm never going to watch this. I will never watch this fucking film. I will never fucking see them shit on the fucking movie I like, the original Joker movie, the Todd Phillips. What is it with Todd Phillips and sequels, man? We should have known. We should have known from the fact that The Hangover was such a great comedy and then the follow-up movies were so wretchedly, hideously bad. If Todd Phillips makes an original film, I will go see it. If he makes a sequel to that film, I will avoid it like the fucking plague. The man cannot make a sequel to save his fucking life. Whatever deal he made with the devil did not include the ability to make a fucking sequel, okay? I used to be a big old Joker fanboy. I used to have a whole wall covered in Joker posters and Joker merchandise and stuff in my house. And, I felt myself more and more getting over the Joker as time has gone on. And, two things have just killed my Joker fandom completely, okay? The first thing is this movie. The second thing is the emergence of this genre of YouTube video where the Joker gives you motivational speeches like this.
There's a profound truth that many fear to acknowledge. That the most formative battles are fought alone, away from the eyes of the world, in the hushed serenity of solitude. It is there in the darkness of the night that I waged my wars, without fanfare, without witnesses. I tell you this not to seek your pity, for there is no sorrow in my solitude, but to ignite a spark of rebellion against the comforting lies of daylit camaraderie. The night, with its unyielding silence, does not seduce with sweet words or promises of glory. Instead, it challenges you with its void asking.
Yeah, Joker Peterson, right. 100%. This is so fucking cringe, bro. I do not want a motivational speech from the fucking Joker. I don't know who is this for? Who is this for? I like motivational speeches and I like dark, edgy, anarchistic characters. You know what? Okay. You do you, but never should the two of those things be merged into one, okay? I never want to hear this again. I don't fucking... It'll be all right. I don't need this, man. Incels. Yeah, you're right. This is for fucking incels. That stupid bitch doesn't like you. It's for the lamest and weakest men on earth. I have no idea why this fucking exists, man. I hate this so much. I have motivational speeches for the Joker. They are canon. I mean, you can draw inspiration from the Joker, but not like this. Not like this. This isn't how it's done, man. Don't do it this way. But luckily, I think part of the reason I'm over the Joker thing is there's a new homicidal clown that has stolen my heart, and that's Art from the Terrifier series, I was disappointed to see him in that piece of shit Call of Duty or whatever. We're just going to ignore that that's happening. Because apparently the France's classification body slaps under 18's ban on Terrifier 3 in first ruling of its kind in nearly 20 years, man. Oh, yeah, baby. Everything I've heard about this movie said it's a fucking bloodbath that makes the likes of Terrifier 2 look like a trip to Disneyland, baby. This thing is supposed to be a fucking blood and gore fest that has to be seen to be believed. So, of course, I got tickets for the earliest show I could possibly get. And I'm going to be watching this shit. And I'm going to be enjoying my new favorite killer clown, And really, throughout my life, there's always been a murderous, psychopathic clown. The first movie I ever remember watching was Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I remember being delighted at the antics of the Killer Clowns from Outer Space as they rampaged their way through the city of who gives a fuck and killed everyone in existence, turning people into cotton candy, trapping people in balloons, and taking them off to be raped in space or whatever the hell they were doing. Then, I discovered the Joker. And for many a year, me and the Joker were best buds, and we smiled together and we laughed together, and I laughed at his antics, and I laughed at his murderous rampages and thought he was the funniest guy. But you know what? A new psychotic killer clown has stolen my heart, and that's Art the Clown from the Terrifier franchise, baby. And I love the fact that, you know, not once has this series ever lowered the ante. You know, Terrifier, I saw that film a number of years ago, and I was like, that's all right. Clown's pretty cool. Yeah, I dig this. Then they made Terrifier 2, and I was like, holy shit, they're really fucking up the ante. This is way bloodier, way gorier, way crazier. I wonder if they'll make a Terrifier 3. And they have, and I'm seeing it, and from everything I hear, it's even crazier and more fucking ballistic, batshit insane than the second one. And I hope when they make a Terrifier 4, it blows my mind yet again. I hope that at some point, it's so bloody and so gory that the fucking guts just come spilling out of the screen into the audience, man. I love that shit. So you know what? I don't even miss the Joker. I've moved on. I got a new fucking killer clown to idolize and venerate unhealthily. You know? Yeah. I got one more thing to say before we close this little segment out. I took a look at this with Paul and Scotty on the last show we did, but I want to show you guys solo because I want to tell you some things about this. So not only is the Joker out there giving motivational speeches, but Batman is going out there telling you not to jerk off. And when I first saw this, I laughed the hardest that I have laughed in many a year, believe me. I can't even express to you how hard and how long I laughed at this. It was dangerous. I almost died, okay?
I understand that quite a few of you out there are dealing with a pornography addiction. If you are struggling, I want you to know that you have my support and that I'm here to help you through this.
And the comments are all full of people like, man, I never knew I needed to hear this from Batman until now. I never knew how much I needed the Dark Knight to clap his hand on my shoulder and say, quit jerking off, bud, you know? I've seen one like this with Vegeta. Oh my God, please no. Oh my God. Vegeta doesn't want you jerking off? Okay. Got it. Vegeta, the dude who fucking literally blows up entire planets and laughs about it like, ha ha ha, we killed everyone. He's like, don't jerk off, Kakarot.
Recognizing that you have an addiction is the first step towards recovery.
This is a joke, though. I assure you it's not. No. When he said, you deserve real love, that friggin' hit me hard. Because that's what we were looking for. It's in our biology. Conroy's voice is unbeatable, I swear. Man, having a Batman eye tell me positive and motivating words would be a game changer. As a guy who has a porn addiction and whose favorite superhero is Batman, this is really amazing and inspiring. It's not a fucking joke. There's no fucking indication anywhere that they're having a fucking laugh here. This is real. This is really for people who want to quit jerking off and who love Batman, and they need to have Batman clap his hand on their shoulder and let them know it's all going to be okay.
It takes courage to admit it, and I commend you for that. Remember that just because you have an addiction, it doesn't make you a bad person.
You're coping, Swan Lover.
We're
human,
buddy. And humans are prone to making mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
What's important is that you keep trying to stay clean even when you mess up. Every day is a new opportunity to start fresh. Real love and healthy relationships are built on mutual respect, trust, and communication. They are not built on objectification or exploitation. Do not settle for a cheap and empty imitation of love. You deserve real love.
Let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you something that might be hard to hear. If you need Batman to tell you that you deserve real love, then you don't. I'm sorry. Sorry to tell you, but if you are at a stage in your development where you honestly need the fucking Dark Knight, the Cape Crusader, to be like, it's okay, man. I'm here for you. You deserve real love. Guess what? You don't deserve real love at that point. You need to go figure out yourself a little bit more. Because this is fucking pathetic. Pathetic, okay? You think these people jerk off and are like, I'm sorry, Batman. The Futanari's just called too hard. This is my favorite shit, dude. This is my favorite shit to ever happen. I'll tell you what I did. The second that I saw this, the second I was done laughing, and believe me, I'm composed now, okay? But the first time I saw this Batman talks to you about masturbation and pornography addiction, the first time I saw that, I am not joking. I almost died, okay? I laughed so hard that my spirit was threatening to leave my body if I could not stop and get it under control. But after I was done with that, I immediately stood up. I walked to my closet. I got my 2 Batman shirts that have the bat symbol on them. I took them out of the closet. I took them over to a box in the front of my house, the Goodwill box, and I tossed them in there because I ain't being associated with no fandom that contains losers like this. And I feel right for doing that because the other day I was driving around and I saw a car with a Batman bumper sticker on it, and I immediately started thinking, like, what a loser. He probably watched this video. Probably needs the Batman to tell him not to fucking jerk off, you know? I ain't having no one think that of me. I mean, look, I don't necessarily care super deep about what other people think, but there's fucking limits, all right? I ain't gonna have them think I'm sitting around listening to the fucking bat tell me not to fucking not to jerk off, okay? I ain't having that. I ain't having no one think that of me. Bullshit. What if it was Manson? I don't know, man. Don't jerk off. It's wrong to pull your pud. I don't know. I'd stand with Manson through a lot of shit, man, but I don't know. That might be a bridge too far, dude. It's not so much that opinion. Like if Manson was like, I choose not to jerk off, you know, that'd be one thing. Manson was like, I don't look at pornography, or I'm against it, or whatever. That'd be one thing. But if he's like actively out there being like, pornography is wrong, do not look at it. This is an edict from me, your hero, Marilyn Manson. I'd be like, nope, not my hero no more. Nope, we ain't doing this. We ain't doing this shit. It's not that I'm fucking like I said, if it's a personal decision, you don't want to jerk off, all that shit, that's fine. But if you're lame enough to fucking, it's like telling me not to do drugs or something. Like the second you come to me and say like, don't do drugs or don't fucking look at porn or whatever, you're just a narc bitch. I ain't got no use for no narc bitch in my life. I have specifically chosen my heroes and people I look up to on the basis of them not being little narc bitches. So the second they become a narc bitch, I'm out. And once again, I don't give a shit about personal decision. I don't give a shit about, somebody that I respect not wanting to engage in that kind of behavior or even criticizing it. But the moment that it becomes an edict of telling other people what they can and can't do, I'm done. I ain't with it.